I'm David Koepp, the screenwriter of Jurassic World Rebirth, and this is By Design with E! News. Steven Spielberg called me up and said, "Would you ever want to do another one of those dinosaur movies?" And I said, if we had a good idea, sure. For me, the exciting thing was to go into this world and tone that I loved so much because I did the first two, and so I feel like, okay, I have a handle on that. I like that. I like the mixture of science and adventure and horror and funny things. Can I do that? Can I start over? Assuming all the stuff of the first 6 movies really happened, can we now say, and then this happened, and go in a different direction? That freedom and that level of enthusiasm don't come along very often.
Don't see that every day or ever.
It's changed quite a bit from 1992 when I started writing the first movie, in that in 1992 we didn't know if any of this was possible. Some of the initial plan was for stop motion to be used for the dinosaurs. There was going to be a lot of mechanical stuff, which there is, thanks to Stan Winston's brilliant designs and execution. But the whole CG element, and can we see a dinosaur running? Can we see a T-Rex burst out of the trees and chase down a Gallimimus? No one had any idea if that was possible or not. Cut to 32 years later, well, we know it's possible. We've seen it a number of times. Now, what can we see that we haven't before? And that becomes harder. That's why sequels are harder, and later sequels become exponentially harder, because you no longer have the advantage of novelty.
Xavier! 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 Xavier!
Well, one of the things that was important to me is to see the dinosaurs in their environment. A big part of the Jurassic World movies over the last couple movies has been exploring the idea of seeing them in human environments, and what's that like. It started with the raptors in the kitchen in the first movie. What if they were in our environment? How terrifying would that be? Quite terrifying is the answer. But I felt like that had been really fully explored by the end of Dominion, and I wanted to go back to the idea of seeing dinosaurs in their natural environment.
Maybe we should make it quick.
My working title for the movie was Survival. That theme was important to me because it's not only about how do these animals survive in an environment that's now hostile to them, but how is each person in this movie surviving?
Survival is a long shot.
That's kind of our specialty.
You see every character comes into this movie in a period of duress in their life in one way or another. I didn't want to just do, a team on a mission. Something has to mess up the mission almost from the beginning, because we don't make movies about how well it's going for everybody. It's what goes wrong and what do you do now. So putting this family on a boat made a lot of sense for me, because it ties us into the really thrilling mosasaur sequence in the middle of the movie. And they are unwittingly taken along to the island. I feel like it gave me a chance to explore other characters. These are family movies, so I got to put an actual family in it. And then I could have people talking about other things besides just this mission they were on. They could talk about their lives and what they're like and are we going to survive. And you always want to put people in these situations who are unequipped and see what they do. I think one of my favorite scenes to write is the "what the hell do we do now" scene. There's a scene maybe midway through the movie after the ocean sequence where things have gone very badly on the ocean. Now they've crashed, the boat's not going to work anymore. They're stuck on this island, there's dinosaurs, they have a certain number of weapons, and they spend about 3-4 pages arguing about what do we do now. I love that because the bar is very high, the tensions are very high, everybody's under a lot of stress at this point, and they have to make a plan that we, the audience, feel like that's a good plan, that's what I'd do.
Come on!
Run!
Thanks for watching Jurassic World Rebirth by Design. I hope you enjoy the movie and the world we've built.